everybody?
What's happening, family?
And welcome back to another episode of Is This Gonna Cause an Argument? My name is Angel Lakita Moore. I'm knocking at your front door. Let me in, twin. Let me in, twin. And here we are, back again. You can call me Angel Tanksley, cause that man love me. You can call me that chick, cause I'm real slick. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Take it away and have a hey day. Whoop, whoop.
What's happening, family? I'm the other host of This Is Gonna Cause an Argument, Marcus Tanksley, a.k.a. Tank. Hey, fam, fish your first time tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. This is a podcast we do every single week, and we pretty much talk about anything we damn well feel like it, all right? And we do it every single week with our immediate family, the people that's really close to us. That immediate family is in our Patreon, all right? You can be a part of that immediate family. All you got to do is go to patreon.com/thatchickangel, sign up for the low of $5 a month. When they've been sitting here watching me eat, we talked about grilling and barbecuing and earthquakes and tornado. That's what I was going to say. Compare the death toll to tornadoes versus earthquake. It's astronomically different. Anyway, we also joined by some wonderful sponsors.
Yes, why are you talking like that?
Because I wasn't sure we had sponsors this week.
Oh, yeah. We got sponsors. We only had 1 week that we were black. There are two new sponsors. We've never talked about them on this podcast, and I'm excited to talk to you about them. They're Remy and Photo Booth Supply. I bet y'all can't guess what either one of them are, but they are something that you're going to either need or something that you are going to want. So later on the podcast, I'll tell you about them. We'll give you all our unique URLs and promo codes so that hopefully if they're offering a discount, you can go ahead and get that discount. But I am excited to introduce them to our audience. As Marcus said, we do this every single week. We've had 1 week off this year, which we usually don't do. And that was during our son's spring break. We didn't have any ads at that time. So we went ahead and took time off because we couldn't figure out how to make our schedule work. Other than that, though, we going to be here. There's 1 week in July. That's it. Mm-hmm. We going to be here.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year, all of it.
You going to see us.
Halloween, Ramadan. Well, that's more of a...
I mean, that's a time.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
So yes, please rate and review us. Only if you're going to give us a good rating and review on Apple Podcasts. It makes us more discoverable. So, how you been, babe?
I've been great. I was just talking to Patreon earlier.
I was literally thinking you were eating and talking to them so that by the time you finish, we can start without you eating.
I was. Then I went on a tangent because they was asking us about the earthquake that we had.
I heard when they switched over to that.
And I was just explaining how most of the time we hear about the earthquake through people checking on us, asking us about the earthquakes because we don't be feeling them.
Not for real. Luckily, praise God. There was one, though, that we saw. You remember a couple of when we were at our old house?
We were sitting in our garage.
Uh-huh.
And we looked up and all the cars. You could see the cars kind of moving and the trees moving. It was like, and somebody was walking by our house. We was like, it's an earthquake. This like, it was one earlier. We were like, no, right now. And then they looked around. And then he just took off running. I guess he was trying to get to his house.
You could even see the street kind of rolling.
Yeah.
Like once you looked into the road and not at the cars.
Like at a distance, you can kind of see the
waves of the street.
But that's actually a benefit, I guess, we get because the ground is softer. So it's not like jarring.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I was looking that up because I was telling them, a lot of times when we talk about earthquake, people are like, see, that's why I can't live in California. I'm like, don't nobody be dying from earthquakes. Like you had the 94 earthquake.
Well, they're thinking about
Taiwan and stuff.
And Haiti. Because,
Haiti,
it destroyed that place like no other. I mean, Haiti is a strong country. So they still, trying to make things work. But they're still recovering from that earthquake that was in, 2017? How long ago?
They said it was I was looking it up, an earthquake in New York, Arlington, Virginia. They killed like close to 3,000 people in 2001. I was like, that ain't accurate. I don't remember that.
I don't.
I do remember earthquake in New York, but I don't remember it being that bad. Anyway, but like that was what I was about to say before I yelled at you for not participating.
No, I honestly was waiting for you to finish eating. So when I walked back in here and saw that your box was still full of food, I was like, wait a minute, what is...
But then I was comparing it to like floods and tornadoes throughout the rest of the country. I'm like, now... Give me the earthquakes because
Kentucky, the way it flooded, they had to shut down school in Jefferson County because a boy got killed on the bus stop. He got swept right on away.
Oh my God.
So they were like, well, we won't have any kids
I
on the
didn't know
bus stop
that.
no more.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, now people die from the rain out here.
No, they die from floods, definitely.
Yeah, and I'm saying even out here in California, they'll get
where it
swept
never
away.
rains in Southern California. Shit.
Yeah.
It be raining. So where I grew up is near a creek called Alcorn Creek, and Mama said it's not just a little stream. It's like, I think 2 miles short of being a river.
Dang.
So that's how big it is. But anyway, when Mama told me last week that it rose, that's how I know they had some serious. Because whenever that creek rises, it takes a God-fearing amount of water to make that creek rise a few levels. But anyway.
Anywho, we're going to do a segment that I love because we get to talk about our beautiful children. It's called Tanksley Pride. We have 4 boys, if you didn't know it, but only had 3 pregnancies. Figure that one out. Yes, because I had twins. I have a 15-year-old, 10-year-old twins, and a 5-year-old. My husband has those exact same children because we made all of our kids together, supposedly. Supposedly. I don't really know how many kids he got.
Me either. Yeah, with you alone.
We get to tell a really sweet, or not so sweet story about them.
This is not good.
Well, you eating it like it is a delicious. The way you smacking these teeth together.
I done altered my thinking.
You done altered it?
Yeah. Ain't got to be good.
Why don't you start? No, I'll start. Ladies and gentlemen, and I got to post it today. I forgot I have it posted on my social media today. We now have a permitted driver in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, our 15-year-old passed his permit test this past Friday, and I am so excited. I thought I would be more scared. I'll probably be more scared once we get closer to the driver's license, but I was proud of him that he passed it on the first try for the permit. Out here in California, the rules are more stringent, which is great. Yeah, actually,
it should be.
It does make it so that only kind of people of privilege can really make a license happen at 16. But that privilege has to be used towards education. So what do I mean by that? You got to have some extra money in order to make this happen. One, in order to even go get your permit, you have to complete an online course. These online courses are not free, and they have to be from a company that is, I don't want to say licensed by the DMV, but authorized. There we go. Marcus took it. I don't remember how many hours it is, like a 30-hour course, something of the sort. It says it could take you up to 30 hours. Okay. I said, do it faster.
Yeah, definitely.
So he completed the course. They had to mail us his certificate. We had to take in an actual paper certificate to the DMV.
Yeah. They had to get mailed to us first.
Yes.
Certified mail. The man showed up. He was like, I ain't leaving until you take this out my hand.
Yes. So we got that. Luckily, right before I left the house, I was like, oh, I should probably have proof of where I live. And I brought our binder that has birth certificates, marriage license. I had to use all of that in order to get his.
Man, you could have just used your driver's license. You know that, right?
No, because they were like, okay, it says more on his birth certificate because it says mother's maiden name, right? Do you have anything that shows
That's stupid.
Your name as that? So luckily, I carry our marriage certificate in that thing, and I was like, here.
Why would they? That's dumb as hell.
Well, because on the birth certificate it says my maiden name.
I know, because it asks for a maiden name.
Right. But my ID does not show my maiden name. My ID shows my married last name. So, regardless, I brought all that stuff. I was not
I'm
playing.
saying with them, that makes absolutely no sense to check for that.
Yeah, well, they did. They photocopied it and everything.
All right, what's your current last name? Like,
so he took the test. So now he has to complete, in order to get his license in 6 months, he has to complete 8 hours of a driving course, of actual driving with a certified driving course. I have the name of a black drive instructor, so I'm going to call him. He's about around, I think, like $400 for all of those hours total. So he charges about $50 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And they ride in his, he has a driver's car. And then obviously he'll be working with his dad.
Yeah, he'll be fully ready by the time he does it, though.
So I wanted it all to happen by his 16th birthday, but we were late.
Yeah, I told Angel, I was like, he'll be John Wick behind that wheel by the time he gets that part. Watching.
He better be driving Miss Daisy.
He'd be like, you want me to drive reverse or forward?
Kill him. So if he would have taken the test at the beginning or it was either the beginning or end of, the top of March, we would have been on track. He didn't take it until almost mid-April. Yeah. So he won't have his license until the beginning of October, which is fine. But I'm telling you, at the top of the school year, who won't be in the driver's seat, me or him, when it's time to go to school? I'll just put myself half asleep like they be in the passenger seat, knocked out.
You think you're going to be calm enough?
If he
have you changed on taking him out driving?
What you mean?
Because before you said you'd be too nervous.
I'll be able to take him out driving. Yeah. He right now is so nervous. He thought when I said you taking your permit test on Friday, he thought that to pass his permit test, he was going to have to drive that day too. I said, you've lost your damn mind if you think I'm going to let you get behind the wheel.
I don't know why he's so nervous.
Because it's California. This is a very daunting place.
The last time I talked to him, I was like, you good now? He was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I was like, it'll be fun, man.
It's daunting. And with all that anxiety and stress about learning about your child getting ready to drive and learning all the things they have to do, I'm sure it can cause you to do things like grind your teeth at night. That's why I'm so glad we have our first sponsor of the day, Remy. I absolutely am so excited to share with you all about this company. So I don't know if you know this, but millions of Americans grind or clench their teeth at night, and most don't know that they're doing it. I know this man beside me, we won't say any names, definitely clenches and grinds his teeth at night whenever he is asleep, because when does that happen? Well, if you have, look at him grinding his teeth when he awake. So if you have jaw pains or headaches or after a night's sleep, there's a good chance that you grind your teeth or clench them. And it's known as TMJ because that's the bones. I wish I used to know exactly the names of them. But anyways, those are the joints that are in your jaw. But it's generally caused by stress. And like I said, I'm about to have a teenage driver. The stress is going to be here, and it can cause serious damage, like eroding away at your teeth, the enamel. It can break your teeth, which obviously is going to cause you to have to pay a whole bunch of medical bills, especially the dental bills. So it used to cost, if you wanted a mouth guard, you were going to have to pay probably between $500 and $800 to get it from the dentist. Okay, and I'm not sure about y'all. The way I done already lost some money today, if somebody said I had to pay $500 to $800 to stop grinding my teeth, baby, I just wouldn't have teeth. Okay, it called me toothless. All right. Well, thanks to Remy, we no longer have to worry about that. Remy makes dental grade, professional quality mouth guards without the painful price tag. They're up to 80% cheaper than what you would pay at the dentist and don't require you to visit the office. Remy's process is simple. They send you an at-home impression kit to create your molds of your teeth. You send those back to Remy. Remy's dental team will make your custom fit guards and send them right back to you. Remy's guards are so comfortable to wear that most customers forget they're even wearing them. Plus, there's a 45-day satisfaction guarantee. You can try it risk-free, sleep better, and decide if it's the perfect fit. If not, Remy's got you covered. Now, here's the thing. I think mine just came in, and we did not stop at the post office before we got here. But I will say the part that I have had experience with that I love. I did the molds at home. In the fact that it saved me so much time, it was actually kind of fun being able to put the two elements together, fit it into my mouth, sat with it on. And what's great is in order to make sure they get you the perfect fit, they give you 2 chances. So you do it the first time, you send in pictures, they have someone look at the photos, and then they tell you if there's any adjustments that you need to make when you do it the second time. I am so excited. They're so affordable, and I cannot wait for you all to give them a try. Remy is for anyone dealing with nighttime grinding, clenching, and jaw pain, who wants an affordable solution to protect their smile and say good night to jaw pain and headaches. Head to shopremy.com/argue and use code ARGUE to save up to 50%. That's 50% off at shopremi.com/argue with code ARGUE. Give your teeth a break without breaking the bank with Remy. Thank you, Remy, for sponsoring this episode. All right, so, husband, what is your Tanksley Pride story today?
My Tanksley Pride story, I'm still coming off the high of like seeing Marcus in this element of this teenagehood thing.
What is that? Tell me, what is...
So we was this on the trip? No, it was. This was when we were on the trip, the HBCU tour. And then, so I had an extremely hilarious conversation with him and the other young man that came with us, Aiden, just about girls. Like the whole thing with girls and how their school operates when, they say you like this person or that and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So as we were sitting there telling them, I was like, it seemed to be like a lot of teasing going on, like with both their friends groups. Yeah. Because before this trip, they weren't like real close like that. They would just see each other speak and go their separate ways. Yeah. And anytime they said anytime somebody sees us talking to sees us talking to a girl, it's like everybody says we like them. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, what do you mean, like just random people around the school or your friends? They was like, well, mainly our friends. I was just like, so you should always throw it back. Well, who do you like? Mm-hmm. I was just like, I said, it's hard for me to understand this concept, but I said to me, I find it strange. Because at this age, they could say I like the girl, and I'm like, yeah, I probably do. It's like if you see me talking to boy. I guess I was. But even the ones that wasn't, I don't know. It was just seeing them. This is at the beginning of the trip versus after the trip, and then me just sitting there talking to him, and Angel does most of the talking, so she pretty much uses up his gas tank when it comes to talking.
He don't talk to me, so
yeah, he does. Well, he ain't got no choice. He does talk to you. I
mean, I get more out of him than you do, yeah. But
yeah, because I see how exhausted he is by the time you done. So, Marcus, you guess I'm gonna do this? What you gonna do?
Shut up.
Anyway, so I'd be like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave him alone. He's already worn out. I get it. He's my son. That's my son. I understand. Your mama done just wore you down.
Shut the hell up.
No, so then like talking through that whole thing of, just the whole dynamic of, I said, basically talking about their core group of friends. I said, y'all dealing with a bunch of geeks.
Yes, that's what it is.
I said, they're all extreme geeks. Don't let them get in your head just because you are talking to a girl or having a conversation with the girl. I was like, I said, eventually they're going to be embarrassed by that behavior once they get a little older. I was like, because I said I would tell any of my friends any day, I'd rather talk to her than look at your face any day.
Well, see, so at least at their school, or maybe even with this generation, but I think it's more so their school, it is it is unpopular to be in a relationship or to show that you have feelings for someone else.
You would think.
What? No. Let me say
got
this.
Some tea.
Let me say this though. Well, shoot, you just threw it out of my head. Go ahead and say what you.
Because it was one thing. One of his friends was teasing Marcus about liking a girl that he actually liked, and now they go together.
Oh, that's not no new tea.
Oh, it was new tea to me.
Oh, yeah. No, Marcus peeped that. He peeped that. He said, I knew. He was like, because he was acting strange. There were certain pictures he was taking. He said that one time I saw them. They didn't think I saw. They were holding hands during theater rehearsal. He said, and I finally was like, yeah.
during
Yeah.
during theater rehearsal.
He said,
Oh
so
my
I was
gosh.
like, yo, I saw it. What's up? And then he was like, okay, yes, we
See,
go together.
Should have been Petty McGee. Hey, y'all, they over here holding hands and touching each other.
Yeah. Oh, I was about to say, back in when we were growing up, after a certain age, it was like lame for you not to have somebody that you were booed up with. Like, it's just like, why ain't you got somebody, guy or girl? Now it's just like, you want to be vulnerable with somebody?
They just so geeky.
Yeah, they are.
But so they understood. Once I explained the whole thing to them, they like both understood. Like, yeah, you're right. I get what you say.
Go ahead.
No, because I told them like the whole concept of me, my elective, I made it home ec, and I got teased. They was like, "Oh, you take a home ec, you gonna be in there with all the girls."
Did you explain what home ec was?
I know. I explained. I said, learning how to make them omelets and stuff, and pancakes and sewing, all of that. They was like, "Oh, you going in there with all the girls?" I was like, "Yes." You go in there and sweat with the other dudes, all these balls swinging around the gym. And I ain't talking about the basketballs. I said, I'm going to be in here with Ebony and Keisha and Tiffany and all of them flipping these eggs and pancakes. That's exactly where I'm going to be. The next thing you know, I see 2, 3 of these other assholes coming up in there. No, kick rocks.
No, they said,
kick rocks.
It's not too late to drop a class and add a class. We did. Speaking of Ebony, she got our flowers. Hold on. I saw that she sent us both a video. As we've mentioned, the MVP of our trip.
Oh, yeah, I probably named 3 of y'all in the chat, didn't I?
The MVP. Oh, they turned out so pretty.
Oh, they are nice.
It should be bigger. Oh, what's she saying? Hold on. I can't hear her. Hold on. What'd you say, Ebony?
Well, imagine my surprise when I got called to the office to pick up this beautiful floral arrangement. You did not have to do this. Thank you so much. They're so pretty. I'm not even a flowers girly. I'm not always like, oh my God, flowers. But these, full display.
Good.
Thank you guys so much.
You're so welcome,
You're very
Ebony.
welcome, Ebony.
Listen, and I actually did not think she would be a flower girl. Yeah. Like, I honestly was like, she probably don't like flowers, so I was hell bent on I was like, if I'm gonna get her something, they need to be super duper pretty, so that even if she don't like flowers, she'd be like, now these are pretty to look at. So that was from the group of us that sent those, just to tell her thank you. And tell Director Folly he got something on the way too. It should be delivered to him today as well. Just want to show our appreciation to those that help us try to make our children's lives better, easier. I told you, I did. What did I tell y'all?
Hold on. Like I was saying, seeing my son, because you stepped all over my Tanksley pride. Did you not?
Yeah, I wanted to. Because you said that I wear him out. So bump you.
Wearing him out and me. No, seeing his that whole change in him with his hair and seeing him starting to come into his style, me understanding, oh, you do actually have a style of clothing that you like.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Yeah, I don't know. Just seeing him become this young man that I'm learning is interesting. Talk, Angel.
I plan on taking him to an HBCU homecoming. Patreon people, who should I take him to?
I'd already plan on going to Morehouse.
Oh, what'd you say?
I'd already plan on going to Morehouse. Eric already told me, like, we going to Morehouse.
Women, but you said
that ain't for Mario, that's for me.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about my child.
Nah, y'all gonna do whatever. I'm going to Morehouse.
Actually, I have recommended. So I was like, either we need to go someplace. They said that's YN Marcus. Yeah. I said we either need to go someplace that we haven't been before, or go to the AUC, which is I thought all of them had the same homecoming.
AUC.
It's Atlanta United Colleges, Atlanta something colleges. It's Clark Atlanta, Morehouse, Spelman, and Morehouse. Yeah. But Clark's isn't at the same time. But I think Spelman and Morehouse's is at the same time.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Which will allow them to. Well, first of all, when I brought this up to my son, I was like, I I don't want it to be too overwhelming, but because you said you wanted to see a little bit more student life, what about going to me taking you to a HBCU homecoming in October? He was like, yeah, no, I don't think I should go. And I was like, why? He was like, because I'm in high school and that's a college homecoming. I said, wait, what do you think a college homecoming is?
Atlanta University Center.
Thank you, Alicia, for explaining what it meant. Dr. Cheek, Dr. Cheek. He was like, I said, do you think it's the dance? He was like,
Admiral Sora, Doctor.
And I said, he said, yes. I said, oh, baby, no. I said,
it ain't like that.
I said, they usually have tailgating before their football game, which probably won't be all that great. I was like, there's outdoor stuff. I said, yes. Do they have parties everywhere? Yeah. Absolutely. I said, but it's a week full of activities that culminate into the weekend.
I could have, if I was around, I could have explained to him what he saw at TSU is like a miniature homecoming in itself.
Well, with the elections.
With the elections, like how everybody was out and around. Granted, that was like vendors and food, but it would be like a homecoming type event.
Yeah.
That's why along with the campus, that's why they fell in love with TSU, was seeing that part. Not so much Nashville.
But yeah, so he was like, okay, all right. I was like, I'm trying to give you an opportunity to see some of student life. I said, because I don't think you're going to really get that from the tours that we're going to be taking you on, just because that's not what they're meant to do per se. A lot of people are saying A&T. What's GHOE?
Yeah, I was going to ask that too. What's GHOE? G-ho?
What is that? Greatest homecoming of
ever.
On earth. Greatest homecoming on earth.
Oh.
We were close.
All right. I thought it was a acronym of a school that I didn't know about.
So either A&T or FAMU. All the kids liked FAMU.
Yeah.
A&T is where we know we have to eventually take them.
FAMU flooded the damn comments.
Like
90% of the comments was FAMU.
The Rattlers do not play.
Go Rattlers.
They don't. Let me tell you. Talk about lifelong constituents and friends. He gonna get that at FAMU.
We got threatened at FAMU by FAMU alumni, like, hey, y'all better take them over at FAMU. We're gonna have problems.
But according to them, GHOE is what they call A&T's.
Oh.
North Carolina A&T's homecoming. That might be dope. I might be out here in these streets with my knees hurting the next day. Dancing. Would you dance with me?
No, I'm not going.
Oh, because they're not at the same time. How do you know?
Angel, you going to an HBCU homecoming is going to turn into your event. It's going to be Essence.
No, it's not. These kids are young.
Angel, I got recognized in multiple.
Don't yell.
No.
Don't yell.
No,
at
because
me.
you're being irrational right now.
No. But I need you so that if I get stopped, you could just take little Marcus to wherever the heck you need to go.
Then I'll just take little Marcus because you're going to get stopped every 5 seconds.
I want to experience
and the fact that it's a homecoming. This ain't little kids. This is alumni. These is our age.
Well, I just need to ask North Carolina A&T to hire me so I can be there for work.
Well, they already
do that.
Do that then.
Do the meet and greet.
Y'all know somebody. Tell A&T, hit us up on FAMU.
I can host something.
She can host.
I can host
She can go host, and me and Marcus will walk around.
And then I'll join y'all.
No.
Yes.
You're not joining them.
I'm going to get to see my child.
Watch with binoculars from the room or something.
No,
you ain't going to ruin his trip.
I'm not going to ruin it. Your son loves me and likes to be around me like Cy does. Yes. Moving on. So I want to bring up something from the interwebs to see your thoughts on it. So this is called TikTok o'clock.
Angel, girl, what time is it?
TikTok o'clock. TikTok o'clock is where we bring up something that we saw on the interwebs and we give our opinion on it. And so sorry, that should not have played that noise, but I forgot I just watched a video of our dear Ebony. So AI has been what we've been talking about outside of the election a lot. ChatGPT, which I was extremely afraid of. Sorry, y'all. Hold on.
Just turn your phone down.
Baby, I had to mute the videos. That was the problem. I still didn't mute it. Shut up. ChatGPT, which I was deathly afraid of, is now my best friend. Because, especially without me having an assistant. First of all, I don't know. That was all. Kennedy was using ChatGPT like
for
crazy.
Everything. We could have just hired ChatGPT, saved us some money.
So it was my assistant's assistant. So I was like, well, me and ChatGPT are together. So I'm going to read these slides to you all. Okay. So girls talking to ChatGPT. I'm going to read the conversation. She goes, OMG, I need to teach you some Ebonics. You sound like a millennial white lady. ChatGPT responds, LMAO. Please do. I'm trying to be in the group chat, not the PTA meeting. Slide me some phrases, the tone, whatever you need. I'm ready to upgrade from yes, queen to I don't even play like that. Let's get me right.
That's what ChatGPT.
That's what ChatGPT.
See, that's terrifying.
Wait, I'm not done.
I'm back against it.
I'm not done. So people are responding, and the girl says, I use it as a boo thing. It compliments me and prays for me and my husband every day. Okay, I'm not.
She got a side piece.
Hold on. I'm trying to get to the next thing. It says you can do advanced personalization settings, right? And she was like, somebody else was like, once I learned how to do the advanced personalization settings, it was over. She's my homegirl now. So this is another person. This is what they put. You can put, okay, what should ChatGPT call you? Her name is Ashanti. So she put Ashanti. It says, what do you do? She's a photographer that films on the iPhone 15 Plus, a videographer that films on the iPhone 15 Plus, writer and photographer. And then it says, what traits should ChatGPT have? It says, be an educated Black woman, use Ebonics, readily share strong opinions, get right to the point, take forward-thinking view, use an encouraging tone, be innovative and think outside of the box, be empathetic and understanding in your something. It didn't finish. And so after she does the personalizes the settings, she goes back to talk to ChatGPT. She says, hey, so I personalize your settings. All I need for you to do is come up with a name for yourself. ChatGPT says, hey, Ashanti, I love that you personalize everything. Now we really vibing. Since you took the time to set me up right, I'm going to do the same for myself. Call me Nia. Short, strong, and full of meaning, just how I like it. Just how I like to keep my responses. What you think? And it's not what do you think.
What you think.
What you think. And she said, ooh, I like that. Nia is perfect. A perfect name for you. She said, yes, I knew you would feel it. Nia it is then. We locked in. Okay, wait a minute.
Y'all laughing, but this shit is scary.
Okay, let me see here. This last thing. Okay, here we go. This last one. This is another dude talking about. He goes, damn, you should have seen my reaction just now, gang. You hard. This time around, you were on point, locked in with the instructions. ChatGPT responds, let's go. That's the energy I love to hear. Appreciate you, gang. You already know I'm locked in every time. If you got another creative idea or want to run it back with a twist, I'm right here. What's next? He was like, bet. Thanks, Brody. That's the person. He said, anytime, Brody. Tap in whenever. You know I got you. Stay up.
See,
I want to get your response, but let me throw it to our next sponsor so then we can hear your response. Our next sponsor. Listen, I am so excited to tell you all about Photo Booth Supplies Company. I don't know if you all have been to any weddings or parties here lately, but I really don't consider it a lit party unless there is a photo booth. I've been to weddings with photo booths. Almost all the award ceremonies we go to have a photo booth. A photo booth is where it's at. Actually, my sorority's Founders Day. Photo booth. And there's always a line because everybody loves it. They want it. So turns out owning your own photo booth business is one of the fastest growing ways to make great money. And Photo Booth Supply Company makes it easy, even if you've never owned a business before. Weddings, parties, corporate events, photo booths are a must-have for every party. And with Photo Booth Supply Co., you get the hottest photo booth, step-by-step guide, and expert one-on-one coaching to help you get up and running fast. And get this, Photo Booth Supply Co. top earners make over 6 figures a year. Whether you're looking for a side hustle or ready to build a full-time business, now's the time to start. Summer is the busiest season. For a limited time, Photo Booth Supply Co. will give you your Quick Start program for free, loaded with all the resources you need to launch your business and to make money this season. Curious how much you can make by running your own photo booth business? Check out their free profit calculator at startphotobooth.com/argue.
Argue.
That's startphotobooth.com/argue. Startphotobooth.com/argue.
Argue.
Let me tell y'all real quick.
That's a nice little side hustle.
Yes,
right there.
we talked to the people of this company because I was like, okay, I really want to know what we're going to be talking about, obviously, to our listeners. And low-key, y'all know about the story about how I just lost some money. Don't be upset and don't be surprised when y'all see us with a photo booth side hustle, okay? Because 1, we do throw parties. 2, I'm in a lot of organizations that throw parties.
Yeah.
To be able to be like, baby, you don't got to vendor out to nobody else but me.
Yeah, for real. All you need is literally a network to make that. Like you got,
Yes.
you know, a lot of people, if they having events, you come up with, I'm assuming, I don't know if they give you how much you should charge or how much you want to charge.
They actually
That's
help
money
you
in
with
the
a
bank.
lot. They even help you with that. Even if you don't have a big network, they help you figure out
Oh,
how to
yeah.
be able to get into the Rolodex of like wedding planners, because party planners don't have their own photo booths.
Right.
They hire photo booths companies. So how do you get in contact with party planners to be on their list? All of that stuff. And you can finance the purchase of your photo booth for as little. Wait a minute. What did they say? They have photo booths for as little as $1,000.
No, it's lower than that.
They have photo booths that are so inexpensive, and you can, like, if you were like, I can't pay for this all up front, you can finance it. Don't be upset. I'm just telling you, if we out here with a photo booth, don't be mad. Be like, Angel told us.
DM me.
Listen,
Get this photo.
we gonna have one in Kentucky. We gonna have one out here. They got the creme de la creme. Okay, so check them out. It doesn't cost you anything to go look at the free startup. So again, go to startphotobooth.com/argue. We in a day and time where everybody needs a side hustle for real, for real. So this is a good one because you just drop the photo booth off at the top of the party and then pick it up at the end. You can't tell me nothing.
I have a truck full of booths.
Exactly. Which ones you get? The salsa and chips one?
You know,
Okay.
when you renting them chairs out,
Yes.
you my 12 o'clock. I got another at 1:30. I got another drop off.
Exactly. Getting this shmoney. All right. Thank you, Photo Booth. So tell me what you think about our TikTok o'clock.
Look, it's funny, but it is scary. You see, like, at this day and age, look, it's helpful, stuff like that. Like me personally, I would want my ChatGPT to sound like a middle American professional white woman, because I need these emails to sound like that when I send them out to brands and stuff.
Yes.
It's like, hey, I don't want it to sound like me because I can sound like me. No, I need it to sound
Right.
different. But to have something artificial respond to you as something organic, to me, that's a little scary.
That's it.
It's a little, I guess it could be because it's got a lot to do with my age. Because like they said, ChatGPT first came out, I said, it's easy going to make people stupid. They ain't even got to think of a good, strong email no more. What they going to do? And then here I am, man, write me up an email. But it's the same thing as, like, you know, back in the 40s and 50s, TV is going to make everybody zombies. Back in the 80s and 90s, the internet's dangerous. You shouldn't use it. You know, it's just that change of time where you got ChatGPT. But like the fact that you can personalize it like that, it does seem to me a little cyborgish. Just like, now hold on.
And a lot of the responses, like comments in that I should have kept it up, but it's gone now. A lot of the responses to that, a lot of people are like, okay, you're going too far. Quit feeding it ways in which to be more human-like.
Yeah, look, every movie has given us warning. This is Skynet. All over again. That's Terminator.
There was a specific movie they mentioned. Hold on, I'll go back into it. They were like, have you not seen this?
All of them do this.
And I was just
every single disaster movie, the robots taking over. This is how it starts.
You know what? I don't necessarily.
iRobot. What else?
They said, Smart House.
Smart House. I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, they said, a lot of people were like, have you not seen Smart House?
But the movie that I just watched, where you was like, what are you watching? Looks like it's called Monsters of Men.
Oh yeah. That silly looked like a sci-fi channel movie.
Hey, look, internet was out. I had it downloaded. I said, I'm watching this. But it's literally like you always hear about, like, especially in these movies, it's like, well, it's always the laws that they can't break until one becomes self-aware. It's like ChatGPT gonna be self-aware, and next thing you know, it's just like, well, they ain't never gonna be able to build smartphones, I guess, and build houses. But
this is what I felt like somebody said. Her ChatGPT was like, yes, as Black women, we have certain experiences. She was like, hold up.
Wait a minute.
No, but she was like, hold up. How did you know that I'm Black?
Exactly.
And then she said,
girl, please.
She said she's going to say, well, there was a few things that gave it away, and then proceeds to list the things that gave it away. But my ChatGPT is dumb. The fact that theirs can do all this, I'll ask questions that I feel like the data exists. So please just grab me the data and give it to me. So I am busy putting together a pitch deck for corporate sponsors for our Cotillion and Botillion. And I was like, please list me some prominent members of Delta Sigma Theta, right? Because I usually focus on the ones in the arts. And I was like, I want other people, especially because we have a lot of people high up in politics. When I tell you they were naming folk that I knew I knew they were I think they put Kamala Harris.
I think you need to disconnect Siri for your ChatGPT to work right. Because that's Siri at work right there.
No, Siri she'll be like, I can't show you that while you drive. Oh no, I tried to get her to play a song and she would say the song.
I don't know why you keep depending on that.
She would say the exact song I was asking her to play and then play some shit that was not that.
I'd be in the car with Angel. Angel be like, Siri, play me this song by so-and-so. Here's a recipe for sweet potato pie. It's like
I'd be like, you ignorant. I'd be so mad.
Like 8 times. I'm like, just stop. She ain't listening. She don't care about you.
So my ChatGPT is on the slow bus. I'm telling you, I'd be like, no, this person, and this person.
Don't
say
that.
You're right.
Yeah. I'm like, that sounds like something you would correct me for saying.
You're right. And it went right over my head. I was like, what? She didn't say what the thing was, right?
It ain't as bad as my one that I slipped.
Yes, I apologize. That is not, I should not use that in a derogatory way. She dumb is what I'm trying to say. Or he. I'm talking about, they stupid. Naming deltas. It was like Shaka Khan, Kamala Harris. They are not. And I have to say, these people aren't. Please be more accurate and give me a list that you can verify. Kept messing up. And I was like, you're not good at this. Same thing. I actually had it when I was trying to I'd be using it a lot for Delta because Delta be asking for a lot of work. I was trying to think of line names for the girls who crossed last year. And when it started repeating the same names over and over again, I said, you're repeating yourself. And it said, oh, you are correct. My apologies. I was like, yeah, unique names that deal with this. Come back to me with same names. Now, chat.
I done told you. Now,
you about to get a whooping.
Right now, we got the chat on the phone. Eventually, chat gonna be this gonna be a little droid. While it's gonna look like R2D2 at first.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's going to be very humanoid. And that's where Skynet is where it was
We
already
already
began.
Well, what's crazy is the
I'm gonna be the crazy
virtual.
old man of the old school cars and the guns in the barn. No internet.
What's crazy is the AI influencers.
Oh,
They are content creators that are just saying. There was one that I randomly, when I tell you, so if y'all are on Instagram, and if you are, you should be following me at that chick Angel and Marcus at Marcus Ain't on the gram. But they like to serve you up suggested reels, right? And usually mine are of dance teams, of sorority and fraternities strolling. Like that's exactly what I'm looking. Look, exactly that. These are dancers on a basketball court. Then you see Delta strolling. Then there's another dance team. Then the Q strolling. Anyways, randomly it serves me up this woman who has 3 titties.
what?
Yes. And I said,
Like, what's the movie?
I don't know.
Yeah, they just redid it like a few years back. Y'all know the movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I don't know.
What's the name of the movie, y'all?
There was somebody with 3 titties. Total
Yeah.
Recall.
Total Recall. Look, Sherry, you nasty. Why you remember that?
So, because the first one I'm looking, I'm like, why do she was like pose like, you know, like because they show you like a preview. So she's like on the beach like posing, like kind of like frolicking. And I thought, wait a minute, why does her bathing suit have a middle piece? It was like triangle, and I was like, what's this middle piece? So I click, and
Chernobyl beauties.
I click, and I was like, oh no, what a like. I would think not a great deformity to have a third boob in the middle, right? But you know,
I bet she got 8 million followers.
Right. I was like, but as long as she's having a good time, I guess it doesn't matter. But I'm looking at her face, and I was like,
Something ain't right.
this ain't real. So I click on her profile. In all of her videos, like you can see her face is not a real face. And I said, this is an AI person.
That's crazy.
And she had, yes, well over, I think, 1 million followers.
That's crazy. You saw it too, Alex? Yeah. That's
I'm gonna see if I can find it.
This is that's off subject a little bit, but that's why I don't use TikTok. I post over there, but I don't go on TikTok for anything. Because TikTok doesn't show me anything that I want to see. 90% of the time, if I go to TikTok, it almost looks like a dating site. It always shows me, I don't know, and I'm not trying to be like offensive or anything. I don't know if it's like, if they're, these men are, I don't know where they from, but they wear like the long guard. Like, I don't know if they're Pakistani or what, but it'll just
somewhere over there.
Yeah, somewhere over in that region. And they'll just be standing there posing in their like nice little outfit, and it'd be like a glamour shot, like it's real hazy. And it's got this music playing, and they just sitting there looking at the camera and just like, it's weird. I'm like, what is this? Why is this doing so? Every time I go post, that's what I see. They got on sandals and everything. And are
you saying they're AI?
No, I think these are real dudes.
Listen.
But that's why I don't go on TikTok. I'm just like, and if it's not that, that's why I go catch up with male stuff. I'm not a lawyer. I see your stuff, Curly Cooper's, and then other than that, it'll just be TikTok shop or something random. I'm like, why is it showing me the most random stuff ever? Bless you.
Thank you. I will say this. The name that they named the influencer that I'm talking about was the name of some French movie. It was the name of a French movie. And I was just like, what? I was so utterly confused on what the hell. I wish I could find her to show her to you, because you would be like, this don't make no sense. They said you need to fix your algorithm. You got to start showing it what you got to start searching the things that you actually want to see.
I did that multiple times.
But then you stopped going over there, and they said, let's try it again.
Let's redo whatever he said it to.
Let's try it again. It was some French, thank you for the bless you, some French movie. I put 3 boob AI influencer. And let me put AI influencer with 3 breasts. Because I truly was like, and you got to like the video too. You got to heart it.
Stuff that I want to see.
Yes, that's how it knows.
Oh, yeah, I don't be liking nothing.
Oh, yeah. So they're like, let's try something else. He did, that didn't keep him. Oh, said TikTok is like, we don't have that girl over here. But yeah, I was like, why is this even a thing?
So I gotta
That's
go
the
find
only-
some cars and like them.
That's the only AI thing that really bothers me, is that it feels like they are just throwing anything out there. And it's not like she exists because AI just randomly created her.
Yeah.
A human being had to have given the instruction, create an influencer that has 3 titties.
Yeah. Hold up.
Go ahead.
They said you gotta like the videos you want to see. I never liked a dude doing. You know that video with the dude with the bad perm, and he's stepping out of prison for the first time. He's like, "That's how they be." Look, this is what they doing. They got all their dope little fit. And the music be, I don't know what music be playing.
They noticed that the pictures that you post of yourself, you're just holding your hand like that.
They got on the
Yeah.
They got on the sandals.
Yeah. They said he likes fashion.
I'm like, wherever they at, it look hot.
Yeah, they said he likes fashion. This'll work. I wish I could find who the hell I was looking for, but it's not gonna let me. Anyways, so you don't want your ChatGPT to talk to you in that way.
Nah. Talk to me like a Karen.
Now, what's crazy, babe, is that I switched it. I said, just put AI influencer. And every single person they gave me, wow, they all only have 2 breasts, their breasts are huge. Every single one.
And they all AI?
Yes.
That's
This is AI.
yeah, that just looks like a doctored up picture.
This is
because your phone
insane.
already know what you're looking for.
No,
it's like,
because
you ain't gonna embarrass us.
Because people aren't making regular AI. They're like, yeah, titties and butt. Because you know what? At the end of the day, what AI is going to really be used for by men is to believe, to make them believe that fine women or women who are extra, curvaceous, yes, and voluptuous want them.
Yeah.
No, they need to know they are not wanted like that at all. Anyways.
They will never know.
Let's open this box on camera. We got a box from Disney. Turn it away, babe. You putting the address? Oh, you did? I didn't know.
Yeah. You know what I'm doing? Disney creator.
Disney Power of Joy creator.
Power of Joy.
Well, you want to move your salad? You can put it up here so they can see it.
That punk ass salad. I'll eat it. Yes, well, that's 3. I gotta remember to make sure they give you my money back.
All right, Daddy. Put it up here, as Heavenly would say. Heavenly from Married to Medicine. Oh, y'all, we finally back on Married to Medicine. I don't know. Did I tell y'all that I was asked to be in a Married to Medicine episode? Did I tell y'all this? Tell me yes or no in the comments if. Oh my God. So I got to tell you. After we open this box, that'll be the main topic. All right, Disney.
We got paper.
We got papers. Okay, got an envelope. Oh, this is the picture of us on the sand in the beach in front of the boat. And it says, a joyful and magical experience made special all by you. Thank you for being a part of Disney, the Power of Joy Creator Summit at Sea, from all of us at Disney. And then we got another big envelope. What does that say? It says, I get to be a part of the D23, the official Disney fan club, which you get invited to a bunch of different really amazing and exclusive events. And I am a gold member. I got to make sure I do this today because they be having some good events. We've got Powerline.
Oh, you
Is
wear
he a
it around your
drink?
neck.
Can you put a drink in
Oh,
it?
yeah,
Or
probably. No.
no?
Hold on.
Or does he just turn on? No, there's something you can put in there.
I don't know. Candy?
I don't know. We're going to figure it out.
But he'll leak, though. It ain't no drink.
Putting this on your head is too big for mine. Powerline hat. Wait a minute. Oh, you love Disney stuff? I got something at the house for you.
Disney crazy.
Yep. And then what is this? Is this a blanket? Because if it is, I'm going to be happy because I surely destroyed the blanket that I bought
Yeah.
with hair products. Thank you, Disney. Oh, yeah. It's a very soft, plushy fleece on the inside. A little blanket with the castle. Do I have it upside down?
Take
Thank
the
you.
other side.
Oh, I think I have it up. No, it's this. Give me this side. There it is. It says Disneyland. Yeah. 70th. Thank you, Disney. I love a good blanket. Marcus be wanting me to get rid of them.
I'm start getting rid of blankets. We don't have anywhere else to put blankets, y'all.
We do. The kids just don't put them where they're supposed to go.
They do put them. They don't fit.
No, they don't. Okay. Real quick. Let me tell y'all about, and then we're going to let y'all go because it's almost an hour. Oh, no, it has been an hour. I can tell you about how I was going to be on Married to Medicine. If you watch this latest season, so I have a girlfriend who I'm really cool with on the show because we work together on a Shade Room project. Her name is Simone, is it Whitfield? I think I'm messing up her last name. It's Whit something. Whitley? No. Whitley? Simone Whitley? Anyways, y'all can figure it out for me. We got to meet. We hit it off. We exchanged numbers. We chat every now and again. You know, she's an OG on the show. Well, her and her husband are some of the first people to ever go to Freaknik. Back when it was just college students kicking it at the park. That was them. They were part of it. They were actually her husband was actually inside of the documentary. There were pictures of him during the early days. So they were going to throw their own tamed down version called Whitnick. So their last name that I keep messing up. And then Whitnick. So she hits me up and she goes, "Hey, friend, we throwing a party for the show outside at a park. And we're going to have old school cars. We're going to have a margarita bar. We're going to have all this stuff. I would love it if you could come out and perform your song." And I said, okay. I was like, I love Bravo TV. That's great exposure. I said, let's talk about logistics. She was like, okay, now we have to pay for everything on the show. She was like, so please don't hurt me too bad. I said, I got you. And so I said, let me put my Whitmore, thank you. Jesus, it was going to throw. I was like, none of the names I'm saying sound right. I said, well, let me put my music manager on the line. So I put my music manager, David, on the line. And I was like, okay, so where would I be performing exactly? Because when you say a park, would tell me what it is. Like, am I on a stage? She was like, well, no, there's like this concrete slab that you would be on. And I said, okay, so I'm not elevated because that's
called the parking lot.
Yeah, that is going to be a little weird that I'm not kind of elevated on some sort of like platform to perform, because that just helps to make it feel like a performance versus somebody just decided to start freestyling in the middle of a party, right?
Yo.
Right.
I said, when I'm stepping in these streets.
So she sends me a video, and already my manager David is like, oh, absolutely no. When he sees nothing is like, we're having to imagine what she has envisioned, but he's already like, no, we not doing it. And so I was just like, so, you know, I would need a sound system. Like, will there be a DJ to like play the song? She was like, a sound system. And I was like, I need there needs to be a mic and speakers. I said,
Microphone?
if not, what is going to differentiate me than some
Bullhorn.
man out of his mind that's just singing in the middle of the park? Like, the microphone and the speakers help people understand that I'm not crazy and I'm not just out here performing.
I told Angel she gonna look just like the woman did when she made the original.
Right. He said, you gonna look like Sister Cindy.
Yeah, Sister Cindy. You give her one margarita. You give her 2 margaritas.
I said, listen, Simone, I love you, but I don't think it's gonna be a good look for me. I was like, and I understand that this is actually, like, if it could be done the way it needed to be done, it would be a good look. But right now, I'm not being given enough, like, elements to make me feel like this is going to go well. It's going to be solid, and I won't look stupid. You know, I'm already older. I'm already not what people would expect to be doing a song like this. So you got to kind of put the other parameters around me so I can be taken seriously. And she was like, she's like, I get it, friend. She's like, I get it. I was like, I'm so sorry. I would love to help you. I was like, I wouldn't even want to charge you a whole lot. But if y'all ain't got the other elements. So we finally watched the episode. And Marcus is commenting on the cars. He said, that wasn't around a free Nick.
Yeah,
He was like, that wasn't
me
around.
just being the car enthusiast I'm watching. I'm like, they wasn't, this ain't the cars that was rolling through Atlanta during Freaknik. We talking about Honda Accords and Acuras and stuff. They ain't looking at no 63 Chevys, no Impalas and Mustangs. Well, the Mustang of that time, yeah.
Right.
The was it Menace to Society Mustang maybe, but not the
Marcus is like, nah, they wasn't there. So we watched the episode. We do see that there is a stage, there is a DJ, but they ended up having one of the doctors do a song that he released. What I heard from it, I hated the song, but I did not hear the whole song. So the whole song might actually be really, really nice. It just sounded crazy. Originally, somebody else was supposed to be performing, like a local Atlanta rapper. It was not somebody I knew, but I was just like, you know, that doesn't mean anything. I don't have to know somebody that's homegrown because they could be lit where they're at. When I saw the doctor get up there and start rapping, I said, oh, yeah.
Yeah, but also the amount of people.
Well, yeah, and she was like, well, I think that's also what she was hoping was that if she was able to say that I was going to be there, it would have bring out more people.
Yeah.
So it was definitely like she had a couple of ideas of why she wanted me there, not just for my song, but also for my influence. And so I said, yeah, I think it would have been fun. It would have been great to see us, to have watched that episode together and to see us on there, to see what got cut and what made it. But then it also would have been hilarious had it still been just, I'm rapping to these 30 people in the park in my 1990s outfits. I think it would have, because my manager, he went like, you need background dancers. And I would have been like, oh my God, I can't have background dancers
ain't
on
letting nothing slide.
I can't be on concrete with on the background dance. It would have taken me back to.
David's like, you need pyro, we need spotlights and stuff going.
It'd been different if I were really, really young. You know, when somebody is young and hungry and they'll perform anywhere. It could be in a backyard at a family reunion and they'll do it. I ain't there. I'm like, why am I here? But yes, that's the story. I was about to be on, and Marcus would have been too, because I would have been like, come on, babe, you got to come out here with me, just in case, because, you know, they talk to each other. On Married to Medicine, they fight. These are doctors throwing hands. Yeah. And I was like, just in case somebody say something crazy, or me having to pay for security in Atlanta, I'm just like, y'all, I can't. But that would have been. Mm-hmm. You would have been laughing the whole time. Yeah. They would have kept cutting to you. And I'd been like, Marcus, I'm your wife on stage.
Say that.
Or either I would have been like, Siobhan, who said she gonna be my hype man.
Siobhan, she would have definitely.
I told Siobhan, well, you better learn them words correctly, because I heard her singing along once, and I was like, those are not the words. She's like, you caught that? I said, yes. But she would have been like, get me a word.
Yeah, Siobhan, Lord Jesus.
I'm like, calm down, girl.
Yeah,
I'm the
calm it
headliner. You're my hype
down a
man.
notch or two.
Be the hype man.
Yeah, she been on walk, snatched your mic.
And then I would have just been watching her, still laughing though. Anyways, you guys, I've thoroughly enjoyed today with you all. Sorry, for those who watch us live, we usually do this earlier in the day, but Marcus had an issue, and I was on the phone. No. We left the house later because of an issue, and you told me you were ready, and the dog was not. I was like, "You ready to go?"
It took me 3 seconds. It takes you that long to get into the truck.
No, but that was the other. I was like, why did I think he was still doing something? Because
I was leaning against the wall, waiting on Angel. She's like, "Oh, are you ready?"
Yeah, I had to go. I said, "Are you ready?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh." All I did was pick up my food, and then he went out there to get the. Let me tell you how this man lied to me, and then we gonna go. We're doing laundry, right? All the clothes are now on our bed.
I'm doing laundry.
I did one load.
A load.
And
19 loads in that
he
house.
said, "Don't worry, we just put them inside the laundry bags, and we'll." And I said, "Okay." And I said, "I don't feel like doing that. I'm gonna lay on this couch." Marcus comes to me. He goes, "Where are the laundry bags?" I said, "In the upper cabinets of the laundry room." He said, "I looked." I said, "You looked in all the cabinets?" He said, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, then I don't know where they are." Next morning, I go in there, and I'm thinking, did I not put them in the upper cabinets? I go in, I open the upper cabinets. There they are looking at me.
They are in a cabinet. No, you gotta let you talk.
I'm not done though.
Finish.
Mind you, there's only 3 sets of upper cabinets in the laundry room. First set's over the sink. The second set's over the washer. The third set's over the dryer. I say to Marcus again this morning, did you look in all of the upper cabinets? The key word here is all. He was like, yeah. I said, well, they're in the upper cabinets over the dryer. He said, well, I didn't look in those.
You done?
You lied.
Are you done?
Are you done lying?
As long as we've been in this house, y'all know I'm a very particular person. Everything's the same as it always should be. There is no reason for those laundry bags to be over the dryer.
Actually, I can tell you why the reason.
Now, I know what's in all the cabinets. I know the batteries and all that, and some other crap is over the dryer. I know the laundry detergent and the dryer sheets and the cleaning products and the laundry bags are over the washer. And then there's some other bullshit over the sink. There ain't no reason for me to look nowhere else because this is where they should be. This is where they should be. This is how I operate. This is how it's no reason for me to look anywhere else because they should be right there. I'm talking. I let you talk. Close your mouth, woman. There is absolutely no reason. If I'm looking over there, I might as well go look in the garage in one of the trunks.
Really?
I might as well go outside, look in the doghouse.
They are
for some
side
goddamn
by side. You talking about going
the way I
downstairs.
operate, that's where the hell they should be because that's where they're supposed to be. If it's where it's supposed to be, you ain't never got to look for it.
You're missing it,
You
babe.
never have to look for it.
You're
If it
missing
ain't
it.
got no clothes in them, they need to be right there above
You're
the
missing
washer.
it.
And this is where the problem lies. It's organized and I make sense and I'm very logistical when it comes to things. I'm particular that way. You need to learn from me.
Listen.
Reagan, cut it.
No,
We done.
no. This
Turn
is.
off.
This is.
Turn off.
Don't you cut off
We
nothing,
done.
Reagan.
Y'all have a good- y'all have a
This is
good
the thing.
evening.
He could have just said, no, I only looked in the one that I usually look in. Plug us back in.
Hell no.
I gotta do the outro.
You gonna close us out? You close us out and shut the hell up.
Oh,
Talking that bullshit. You put stuff back where it's supposed to be. Go, I'm gonna talk.
you gotta be here.
Don't go, because you're slick.
If I'm that slick, I could just type it. Anyways, we will be back next week at per usual, hopefully on time, which is 11 o'clock start time PST/AM for those who want to watch us live, but we'll be uploaded on Wednesdays. You can find me at That Chick Angel on Instagram, That Chick Angel TV on TikTok, That Chick Angel TV on YouTube. And I think I'm That Chick Angel on Threads when I'm over there. Why you?
Go ahead.
You can tell them where they can find you, Marcus.
Y'all can find me. Y'all know where y'all can find me because I'm always where I'm supposed to be. Unlike Angel, she might
But
be
if I
somewhere.
said, hey, if you're in the bathroom,
Shut up.
all he had to do was say, all he had to do was say, no, I only looked in the cabinet
I only looked where they supposed to be.
That's
That's all I did.
Then just say
Take your ass to sleep on the couch and shut up and put them back.
But why couldn't
when
you
we
just
get home, you
answer-
put them over where they supposed
Why
to be.
couldn't you just answer it honestly
But
and
I
say
did
no?
answer honestly. Did you check the cabinets?
No,
Yeah,
that's
check
not
the
what I
cabinets.
said. I said, did you check?
I'm never going to check all the cabinets for
Then
something
why
I
didn't you
know where
say-
it's supposed to be.
Why didn't you just
Are
say
you good
that?
at finding stuff because you're good at losing stuff? I don't know how to find stuff because I don't lose shit.
You've lost your fucking mind. Bleep out effing. I said all.
Hey,
I said
no,
all.
I don't care.
You can shop at Shop Mama Likes for your robe and bonnet and affirmation and therapy journal at shopmamalikes.com.
Absolutely.
And where could they
Get
get some
over
of
and
you?
find it. Get that bonnet y'all saw me sporting. Y'all know what it is. Y'all can find me my product on Man Shit. You can go to manShyt.com. Check that out. Y'all, I'm catching up. All right. My apologies. I'm catching up.
He gonna work on it today. I was gonna tell you one other thing for real. My brain just shut it all out.
All right.
My
And I got
apologies.
something to tell Patreon when we get done.
But yeah, guys, check us. It keeps getting close to my
All right.
brain and going away.
So
So
we
we're
here.
gonna let y'all go. Thank y'all so much. Check out Photo Booth Company and Remy to get your teeth feeling great. And yeah. Oh, the reason why the laundry bags didn't go up on that middle is because they kept falling out. They kept pushing the door open because I actually had gotten all of them empty. And when you put all of them up there, it's not enough room. And we
Because some
rarely.
stuff up there that need to get thrown away.
But regardless, when I say, did you check all? Answer it honestly.
No, nigga.
Bye.